You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please...
Wait, what?
Hello, this is Pamela Gilmore with the Sheriff's Office Child Protection, Mr. SotoDemon. You contacted the Florida Abuse Registry in regards to a concern. Please give me a call back at 727-420-2435 as soon as you get this message. Thank you. Sheriff's Office, this is Pam.
Pam, hi, I'm Tommy Sotomayor. You told me to give you a call back?
Oh, yeah. Can you hold on? I'm in my car. Let me get something I can write on, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Just a moment. I gave it to me and I put it back in my purse. Okay, Mr. Sotomayor, I'm calling because of the report you called in.
Yes, ma'am.
So what can you tell me that is not, how do you know the mother?
Well, the mother's been an individual who decided to stalk me online. And while she was doing it online, she accidentally left her microphone open on her computer. So
why was she stalking you, sir?
She came on, I'm a radio show host in Atlanta, and she came on to do an interview.
Are?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you're a radio show host in Atlanta.
Yes, ma'am. And she came on to do an interview. And during that interview, I guess it didn't go well for her because she started acting real weird, like all of these things I can send you. So she started making videos about me over and over and over again. And me being a comedian, I would, huh?
What was she going to be interviewed about?
She was coming on the show to talk about colorism. She's a dark-skinned female, and she believes that light-skinned females get treated better. And her mission is to make sure that dark-skinned girls are viewed as beautiful as every other girl in the world, which is an admirable thing to an extent, but you can't force people. And that was the discussion we were having. So partway through the interview, I asked her, did she mind if we brought in some phone calls? And she said, sure, she'd like to address those phone callers. Well, halfway through it, well, no, pretty much when it started, she just started cussing out my phone callers, so I had to get her off of the show. At that point, she just went broadcast for 10 hours straight, neglecting her child, which was in the house, and nobody knew it. But after she got through broadcasting, she left her mic up because I was just watching it. It was in a way funny. I thought she was putting on an act because I was like, no one could do this for 10 hours straight. But then she's been known for doing this, and that part I did not know.
So you had a video on her or just a mic, audio?
She had a audio. She had a mic on as she walked around. She forgot to turn off this part of the system. Now, she's been going around telling people that I threatened to beat her up, which I didn't. But that's been her comeback to what she said to her daughter. She called the police. She called 911 yesterday, the last 2 days, a total of 3 or 4 times. I actually think she's live again calling 911 on me, saying that what I've done is illegal. She's really lost it to the point of where as soon as she got off yelling at me, her daughter was just doing what any small child would do, I guess just play. And I can let you hear the words she spoke to her daughter. It's only about 30 seconds, but I can let you hear it. And these are her words, and she's been explaining them, saying that it's no big deal because nobody saw her beat her, and that's just how she disciplines her child. But this is verbal abuse. Listen to this.
I want it done quickly, or you are not going to, you're going to go over there with your grandma. You just stay over there, and your dad can pick you up from there. She gonna leave because she fucked up my room, and I'm about to take her. I'm about to make her leave. I want my room out. You see how I had that room cleaned up? Look at that room back there. It's a train wreck. Plus, I'm gonna make her do Kumon work because I'm angry about that. You don't fucking mess up my room. Crazy. Because you see me on the internet, you think that you can come in here and mess up shit? No, ma'am. Look at how fucked up that room is. I got that whole room nice and neat. I don't want that girl here because I'll be gonna beat the fuck out of her.
So she said to her boyfriend who's in the house, she said, I don't want that girl here. She's speaking to her own child that way. And then here's the bad part. Here's the really bad part. And this is after she'd already threatened to send her off to her father's mother's home. Listen.
I will be gonna beat her ass, and I don't want to do it. The entire room is messed up. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. It's all messed up. Should come in there and knock you the fuck out for that. Girl, you crazy. I should come in there and knock your ass out, but I ain't gonna do it. I feel like doing it because you messed up the room. I made up my bed, had everything straightened up in there nice and neat. You know I did, Jerry. That girl messed up the fucking room. You're not getting that tablet. In fact, you're gonna take your ass to bed after that. I ain't even gonna deal with you. I messed up my damn fucking room. I done told you about that. That's not appropriate.
That was her talking to her 8-year-old. And this is just a piece of what we got to hear. So imagine how she treats the little girl. And you hear the little girl was so afraid she wouldn't even say anything. And it was all...
Never say anything.
Ma'am?
You never heard the child say anything.
And so she called the police and told the police. She kept telling them a story, lying on it. She kept saying, all I did was try to verbally discipline my child. I can't even remember if I cussed at her or not. But it's the same thing that everyone does when they're disciplining their child. And I'm like, you're the same woman who's telling people that if they say they're going to do something to you online, you call it a threat and you call 911. But what you're saying to your daughter, and today, people kept repeating what she said to her daughter. And she said, every time y'all tell me y'all going to knock me the fuck out, I'm calling 911. And she's been online all day today. She was online all day yesterday. And she was online all day the day before with a small child just refusing. I can send you links of what she's doing. She's insane. I mean, that child is not in. And I called it, me being a psychologist, I called it before it happened. I said, the anger she has towards me, if anybody was there, they could hear what she said to her child. I guarantee you she's going to take that out on her child. Lo and behold, that's exactly what she did. So now she's blaming people, saying they hacked her computer in order to get that sound bite. When she forgot to turn her her broadcast off, and that's why everyone heard it.
Okay. When did this occur? Was this yesterday?
Yes, ma'am. And she's been calling DFAX on herself. She's been calling 911 several times on herself. This woman has been documented unstable. I found an article about her written by, the Tampa Bay Times back in 2000 and what year was this? 2013, documenting her mental issues.
2013?
Yes, ma'am.
You have that article?
Yes, ma'am. I can send you that as well.
Okay. I can give you an email address.
Be perfect. I am ready right now. What is that email address?
It's PGILMORE at PCSONET.com.
Okay.
That's
P. Gilmore. That's P. Gilmore at PCSonnet.com.
No, PCSONET.com. Yeah, Pinellas County Sheriff's Office Network.com.
Oh, that one you said too fast.
Okay, let's start over again.
I got the P. Gilmore at PCSonnet.com. I got that.
PCSONET.com.
Are you saying S is in Sam?
S is
Yes, PCSONET, Sonnet.
Yeah.
.com. And the other one I didn't get.
I've never heard anybody read it back to me like that. We're saying the same thing, but we're saying it differently. So what other one were you talking about? With mom, or when's the first time she got on your radio show?
She actually came on back in, I think, 2014 to talk about, she's doing this darkism play. And I didn't know who she was, but she wanted to come on to talk about it. So I let her come on because I was interested in it. She also found herself on the Breakfast Club, where they referred to her as the donkey of the day.
What's the Breakfast Club?
Mm-hmm.
What is the Breakfast Club?
Yeah, you never heard of it. The Breakfast Club is a New York radio show, the largest radio show in the country.
Okay.
Charlemagne the God, you've never heard of him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's his show. He labeled her the donkey of the day because of some of the outlandish claims she was making. That there is seriously something wrong with this young lady, and I don't think it's going to end well. The fact that she's been after threatening her child like that, but if anybody says anything to her, she calls 911 on them. She's calling 911 on literal people on the internet who she can't see, screen name. She called the police once and told them about some guy, and she said, there's a guy by the name of Shitty Greg. The screen name was Shitty Greg, and she was calling the police. They came out to her house 3 times in one day about claims of what people are saying on the internet, and people kept saying, well, ma'am, you threatened to knock your daughter the fuck out. I'm confused at how that's okay, what you said to your daughter, but anything somebody says to you online, 911 needs to be called.
Earlier, you had made the statement that she threatened to send her child to her grandmother.
Yeah, if you hear in the message, she said, I want her out of here. I can play that part back. Play
that part back to me, please.
Yeah, listen right here. And mind you, it was all over the fact that the child apparently, because maybe she just has one room in the house because she said you messed up the room. So apparently the child, for the 10 hours you were broadcasting on YouTube, the child was trying to play and do something to occupy its own time. And you got off of the 10-hour show, not to feed the child, but to excoriate the child. But here we go.
I want that room straightened up exactly how you found it. And I want it done quickly. Or you're going to go over there with your grandma. You can stay over there and your dad can pick you up from there.
See? You can go over there, your grandma, and your dad can pick you up from there. And then 2 seconds later, you hear what she says.
She gonna leave because she fucked up my room. And I'm about to take her, I'm about to make her leave. I want my room out. You see how I had that room cleaned up? Look at that room back there. It's a train wreck. Plus, I'm going to make her do Kumon work because I'm angry about that. You don't fucking mess up my room. Crazy. Because you see me on the internet, you think that you can come in here and mess up shit? No, ma'am. Look at how fucked up that room is. I had that whole room nice and neat. I don't want that girl here because I'll be going to beat the fuck out of her.
See? And this was all over, and she admitted, well, I've been online. You think you can do what you want because I'm online? So she admitted the whole thing. She wants the girl to leave the house because the room is dirty, and she kept calling her that girl. Never referred to her by her name. Never referred to her as her daughter or anything. That girl. I want her out of here.
Okay, so let me look at what they said you wrote again. Because we actually got 2 calls on this yesterday, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Now, okay, so actually we got a
Yeah, she somehow sent a report on me because I reported her. And as she was online, because she recorded it all, then she took it down. But we have it. We have the recording where she was just outright lying, so filing a false report.
There's no way we can investigate you. You're not a household member, and you're not. We're gonna have to figure out what to do about that report.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I'm not around a child. I don't have a child living with me, and I've never been caught. Yeah, and I've never been caught doing that. But her using police resources, especially during a time like this, her using police resources to just call them and then calling you guys saying, oh, since you reported me, I'm going to report you. I don't think that's how that works. She was reported because of what you just heard her say.
Sometimes it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out, but I didn't tell you that she reported you. I just told you that your name came up in a report involving this as well.
No, I understand, but she did it on live on air, so I saw it. Like, she did it live on air.
Oh, she did it live on the air while you were talking to her?
No, she did. We were watching. What I did was I just watch everything she's doing. Whenever people do things like this, I'll watch it and record it to make sure anytime they try to take it down or act like they didn't do it, I have the evidence, especially when someone starts making threats of police. When she messed up and got caught, she started making threats of police. So while she was calling you guys, we were watching it. We were watching her do it, so that's why I know who did it. She was broadcasting it.
And she didn't know she was broadcasting.
No. She knew she was broadcasting this one. She said, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to let him know. I'm going to call on them. I can send you that link. Like, it's insane. She was broadcasting. Yeah.
Just email everything you have in terms of your conversations with her was on air and what. I mean, I don't want to observe 10 hours of video. What you got?
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. Like, it is a lot of stuff. It's actually very sad to see this woman go down this route. But I guess I sort of understand when I read that article about how she had a really horrible childhood and like no family, and she was homeless at one point. Well, this is her side of the story anyway, so I don't know. But she claims yeah. So she says a lot of things that happened bad to her. So
what exactly is the name of your show?
Just look up my name, Tommy Sotomayor, and I will also send you links. My show is called Your World, My Views, but it has different subsets.
It's called Your World, My what?
Your World, My Views. I'm a little hurt. You've never heard of me. I'm really feeling sad now. My star has declined.
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm African American too, but I'm not in the Atlanta market. I'm in the Tampa Bay market. You know, we got who do we have down here? We got Steve Joyner. We got Tom Joyner and Steve Harvey.
Girl, I am worldwide. Y'all also have do y'all still have D.L. Hughley down there? I know he was in Orlando.
No, Hughley's not online down here. Those are the two radio personalities who's down here. But I know people in Atlanta, so I'm definitely going to check you out. But,
yes.
If you give that information to me, you have my number. If you need anything else, give me a call. We're going to try to go locate Mom today.
Okay, I think the address I gave y'all yesterday was wrong, but she ended up giving out her right address when she called.
Oh, what address did you?
That's what I'm saying. That's why you noticed it was a bit of being unstable. After I called, because I just knew the address that was online. She then called you guys while broadcasting online, gave the right address, and then doxed herself online. So she gave out her phone number and her address online. Then started saying that people were hacking her and doxing her. And they kept telling her, ma'am, they kept trying to tell her, ma'am, mute your mic. We can hear you. And she still wouldn't do it.
So, you gave us 5651 17th Way South, Apartment B, St. Petersburg, Florida.
Yeah, that address, but that's not right. The right address is the one she gave when she called in.
I don't know what you're talking about, because you keep saying she called me.
Okay, well, I said she called in, but I can pull that if...
The second report called in.
You got to forgive me. These people out here, my gardeners are out here just making all kind of noise.
Okay, 3840. Who is 38? 3480.
That's her.
Okay, that's what we thought.
Yep. So, yep,
Yeah,
that is her.
At 43. So has she been back? Of course, you're not going to let her back on your phone, on your show. I'm sure of that.
No, she hasn't been back on my show. But what she does do is she claims that I'm stalking her. And she keeps saying I'm stalking her. But every time I go live on my show, she's in my show in the chat room, repeating the same thing over and over again. She types the same thing over and over again. It's insane. That's the only way I can say it. It is actually insane what she's doing. She was up this morning at like 4 in the morning. She was up again at 8 doing it. And now what she's doing is she's putting up videos, but then she takes them right back down. So because she saw that I'm recording them.
What is the time frame for your shows to broadcast?
I broadcast at any time. I typically will, like I'm about to broadcast my show probably as soon as we get offline. I can send you a link and you can watch it live though.
Well, yeah, if you do that. Okay. That'd be cool.
No problem.
All right. If I need anything else, I'll be back in touch with you, sir.
Thank you so much. And I do hope that something could be done because it seems like she has joint custody with the father. And she hasn't even told the father of what's going on. She just kept yelling yesterday, if her dad find out, you in trouble. And I was like, if her dad hears that conversation, he's probably going to get full custody.
Do you don't know the dad or anything?
I just know the child's name is Lauren Irwin. But we don't know the father's name. But he may be in this article. Well, no, that's what is weird. In this article for her play, he and the mom refused to have their name mentioned. So something's not right.
All right, we'll check it out, sir.
Okay, I'll send you all that information, and thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And that's how you make a phone call. You don't go and yell. She was on earlier, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't know why she was yelling and screaming, but she was on earlier, and not really sure what happened to said video. Somebody had sent it to me and told me she was live, but I don't know what happened to it. And she's been taking them down now. Somebody got to answer me, riddle me this. If she's right, why is she taking down her stuff? Her last video, as you can see, it says it's private, where she was calling the police on me. So I'm confused at how this individual who's been so right so often is now privating stuff and taking things down. I hope Greg does have it. Here's my question. Why is it that black women don't just take a step back? You don't have to argue with, and I'm not even trying to be funny, but seriously, think about it. You don't have to argue with people like that, do you? Like if somebody's saying something and you think you might have made a misstep, you know what the smart thing that you do? You just pause. Just pause. Just take a step back. Once you realize there have been plenty of times where I said I was saying some stupid shit. You know what I did? Stopped, walked away, and let that crap die down. It was simple. Whatever's going on, you done said the wrong thing, did the wrong thing, just let it die down. Yeah, she was calling the police again. She was calling the police again. Let me see. I'm going to send her all the links to all the videos that she has on her page right now. So y'all give me a second while I do
house
this.
right here. And it says
Make sure this woman has all these here links. And then I think it makes it worse because she got them crazy eyes. And I know she can't help it, but it's like,